the high seas. Pisces, cast my line, now they're biting. Yeah, rocky coasts and lighthouses. What she knows now, I doubt it. Talk to me nice. I think your confusion starts with street lights.
Hi Virgo, and welcome to your January 2019 tarot reading. And Happy New Year to you guys. So at first we're going to talk a little bit about the astrology going on for you in January, and then we'll get started with the reading, which I've already pulled to save time. So for you Virgo, let's see. January is all about Capricorn and Aquarius energy. So the first half of January is that very strong earth energy. Capricorn is a fellow earth sign sister and brother to you. You're an earth sign too, Virgo. So we've got that earth energy that probably is beneficial, helps you guys feel a little bit more grounded in January. And Capricorn is 5 houses away from you. So the 5th house for you, Virgo, is all about pleasure, creativity, expression, romance even. The 5th house is even the house of children and soulmates, but it's mainly the house of pleasure and creativity. So that's the energy that Capricorn represents for you guys, Virgo. And then at the end of the month, we have the energy turning into Aquarius. So that would be your 6th house. So the 6th house is a house that you're actually very comfortable with, Virgo. You are the 6th house in astrology. The 6th house is service, day-to-day routines, your job, work, and your health. So in a nutshell, for you, Virgo, in January, we basically have pleasure and creativity, and then your job and certain services that you guys offer, okay? But that's more towards the end of January when that Aquarius energy comes in. But 5th and 6th house energy for you, Virgo. Let's see, we had a new moon in Capricorn, so that was on the 5th. So that could be that was an opportunity to set new intentions. And then we have a full moon in Leo, which is also an eclipse like the new moon was. And the full moon in Leo is pretty important for you, Virgo. It's in your 12th house of subconscious and spirituality and beliefs. But I will have a video coming out for the full moon in Leo. That's going to be on the 21st of January. So if you guys want to hear more about that, please be on the lookout for my full moon in Leo video. Other than that, that's pretty much it for the basics for astrology. And now we can get into the tarot part here. So what I have here is a reading that I do every year around this time. I did it last year for Capricorn season, and this is called my metaphorical mountain reading. So what I've done is I've basically constructed what looks like a mountain by using tarot cards that could potentially be potential obstacles for you, Virgo, in January. You know, Capricorn is the mountain goat, and it's all about overcoming obstacles and ambition. So we're going to see, you know, what this mountain is for you, Virgo, and what some of the obstacles are for you this month. So we're going to start here. Every mountain needs a foundation. You're an earth sign, Virgo, so you understand, you know, foundation. Mountains can't be built without a foundation. So this is essentially where you're starting in January, something that you can build off of, or what everything else is kind of standing on, okay? So the first card out for you, Virgo, is the Queen of Pentacles. So this is a Capricorn female energy that may or may not be relevant for this reading. This is also that Capricorn energy that's going on in January. So it could just be that. For others of you, you may be dealing with a Capricorn male or female. But to me, you know, the Queen of Pentacles is a card that comes out a lot for me. I resonate a lot with the Queen of Pentacles. And honestly, one of the first signs that I think of when I see the Queen of Pentacles is Virgo. I'm not sure why that is, because it is typically the Capricorn card. But this is a very strong earth grounded energy, you know. And the Queen, whenever we have a queen or a king show up, this does speak to the mastery of some sort of element. So in this case, this is the element of earth, which would be finances, physical things, tangible things, anything that you consider valuable or of worth. And the Queen of Pentacles is all about stability. Okay, so I know that there are some Virgo women watching who are very focused in January on the stability of their home. The Queen of Pentacles is all about balancing, you know, that work life, home life balance. And, you know, Virgo is always focused on that. So I feel like maybe Capricorn season is one of those energies that even add to that. So if you guys are spending time in January focusing on the stability in your home, the stability of finances and work, then that makes a lot of sense with the Capricorn Aquarius energy going around. So to start your reading, we have this very grounded woman. And now she does have a book in this picture, okay? The images are a bit different here. So we have a woman here who's writing. I'm not sure if there's at any point in January where you're writing or where you're signing things. This could be, you know, a certain earth sign who's trying to communicate something in January. But to me, it looks like this is all about finances. You know, this could be signing checks or something like that. I mean, I'm getting a lot of energy from the Queen of Pentacles for you, Virgo. But this is a very grounded energy to start off your foundation. And then in the background there, if you can see, there are a lot of mountains behind her. So it seems as if your foundation is built on a mountain that you've already climbed, Virgo. I'm hearing that. You know, I've already climbed these mountains before. You are on top of a mountain here. So it's really interesting, the whole mountain theme we have going on. And one of your first cards is showing you on top of a mountain anyways. So I'm hearing another mountain, you know, like even the bottom of your mountain is a mountain in itself. So lots of hurdles here. I'm already feeling that there's been financial hurdles before. So that was your first card there, Virgo. And then the next card we have is the Ten of Wands. So this is speaking to some sort of burden. I do see a very tired woman here. So some of you, paired with this Queen of Pentacles energy, there is some sort of financial burden, or maybe there's a work burden, or, you know, just burdens in the home life. Maybe, you know, that Queen of Pentacles balance between work and home life and family life. And, you know, the Queen of Pentacles is nurturing. She cooks, she cleans. So this is a woman who's just feeling kind of exhausted from doing all that all the time. Maybe there's some of you out there watching who carry a lot of weight, or maybe there's just a heavy responsibility. You know, this is a very strong energy of hard work. I mean, I'd even go as far as to say, you know, overworking, you know. So in this Ten of Wands, what I like about the picture here is that the person has dropped what is heavy. So there could even be a heavy burden that is linked to Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, that's just very burdened. I feel like this is a job or work or finances. You know, there's some home burdens as well when we see this home here. But the point is, Virgo, whatever it is that is getting heavy for you in January, it could be a potential obstacle to drop that burden. You know, this is working really long hours, you know, not getting enough rest. I mean, it's exhaustion here, okay? So it could be a potential obstacle for you to carry or drop certain burdens in January, but it does look like there's something that is getting quite heavy here for this female earth energy, and I very much feel that this is you, Virgo. The next card out we have is the Two of Pentacles. So this is another one of those energies that speak to financial juggling and financial stress. This is literally the financial stress card, because we see a person here who's got these two coins, which is an indication of some sort of choice, Virgo. Some of you guys have very heavy financial choices to make in January. I don't know if I've been saying December, but it's definitely January. And, you know, I like this card because we see a person who is literally standing still before two paths before them. So, you know, this card came up for Gemini. There definitely might be some sort of path, Virgo. And as far as this rock here, this does bring up retrograde energy, which is going backwards. So there might even be something from the past or two ways forward. There is some kind of crossroads here financially. So it could be two jobs. You could be juggling two homes or two people, two places, two things. I feel like for most of you, this is just bills and, you know, juggling everything that there is to juggle. You know, I mean, there's a lot of hard work here. The first three cards of your reading really have a very, very heavy energy. But for you, it looks as if you're just kind of, you know, used to this and used to these mountains, used to these obstacles and these, you know, issues here. You're used to this heaviness, which I don't think is even better. You know what I mean? There's just a very strong exhausted energy here. Exhausted with juggling. For some of you guys, you are the breadwinners of the home, right? This Queen of Pentacles is quite burdened with all these financial responsibilities, even though if you look at her, she's handling things quite calmly. And, you know, but just because you're able to do this, Virgo, just because this is sort of a superpower, that doesn't mean that you're the only person that should be taking certain responsibilities, especially when it comes to finances. You know what I mean? Just because you're good at this, Virgo, doesn't mean you deserve this. It's still important to pay attention to the heavy burdens and the heavy decisions that you have to make, the heavy juggling. Not only are you juggling two pentacles, these are two things like bowling balls, you know, with the 10 of wands. This is like maybe dropping one of those pentacles because it's getting too heavy. If you guys are working multiple jobs, you know, this might be you guys kind of revising that. I do see an energy here of someone who's trying to save more in January because of that whole New Year energy. It's all about, you know, how can I improve my life so that I'm not as tired, not as exhausted, not as burdened. And, you know, some of these responsibilities probably don't belong to you, Virgo. So please consider what it is that you're juggling about your foundation. Because I do see that this is probably a home environment for many of you, or a job, or both. It could even be family issues, just things like that. The last card we have for this row of your foundation is the 5 of Cups. So this is even telling me that at the same time that all the financial stuff is going on, and, you know, at the same time that you're trying to balance everything out at home and at work and financially, there is some emotion here, Virgo, that's probably taking the back seat, because this card, these 3 cards go very well together. But then we have a change in energy here in your foundation, and it's probably because this is when emotion comes in. We have strong earth energy and fire, and then we have this water energy. So we do have Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio here. The 5 of Cups is the emotional conflict card, Virgo. You can see here that this person is all in black, so it does speak to some sort of depression or sadness. Very sad card here. This is the card that comes up for people who are regretting something, usually from the past. You know, they're sitting in their present moment, thinking about something that didn't work out in the past and not seeing, you know, the good that still awaits in the future. For some of you guys, this is regarding love. The 3 of Cups that are knocked over right here could be a third party. It could have been, it's pretty much anything in your life or recently, or just something on your mind in January that seems to have not working out. So it's kind of that pessimistic attitude, Virgo. You know, just be careful criticizing yourself and staying in this moment too long, because this woman is sitting in front of the sun, and yet I don't feel like she feels very happy or warm. You know what I mean? So yeah, there is this energy here of something that somebody regrets or that they're sad over, but the glass is full still, Virgo. We have these 2 cups here, and sometimes this does symbolize a relationship. You know, a relationship that is still here, emotion that is still present, even though there's quite a lot of emotion that has been spilled over. So yeah, there is something here about regret and loss. It could have been a loss of a job. Some of you guys, I don't know, there's a weird energy here, Virgo. I feel like some of you guys are just trying to be careful not to, you know, create a foundation of loss and regret, or at least there's advice here not to do that, because we do have sadness and depression and regret, emotional loss. This is a part of your foundation as well. So yeah, I guess it does go with the other cards a little bit here, especially when it comes to the juggling of the heavy weight that was dropped. This heavy burden could very well be a person for some of you guys, especially if you're dealing with other earth signs, Taurus, Virgos, and Capricorns, or Pisces, Cancers, and Scorpios. It could be any sign though, but I do see Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries as well. I don't see an air sign present, and that could just be because there's a lack of communication between a Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. But so far, Virgo, these first 4 cards, it just seems like there's something that needs to change financially. There's some sort of new path that is emerging for you in January. And I think this is just you kind of, after some sort of heavy burden is dropped in January, there is going to be a point where you're in the middle of, you know, going back to something in your past, or making a left or making a right, okay? But just no longer juggling and standing still here, okay? Because there was something there about standing still, and what I just saw in my mind is how harder it is to carry something when a person is standing still. Like, the last thing you want to do if you have these 2 heavy objects in your hand is to stand still. It becomes heavier for some reason. You know, I guess movement forward with these burdens, it has slowed you down, Virgo. So yeah, that's why you start out this reading desiring a new financial beginning. The Queen of Pentacles sometimes is about a new financial beginning where there's more stability in her home, at work, financially, just more stability all around. So let's go ahead and move up here, and maybe this will start making a bit more sense. The next card that we have, Virgo, is the Tower. Okay, so there's definitely a potential obstacle here in January, that everything falls down, that something comes in unexpected or something. It's interesting, this is the false foundation card. The Tower symbolizes something that was struck by lightning. It's usually something that we have the opportunity to end or destroy ourselves, but you know, after so long of not doing that, the universe kind of comes in and tries to help us by destroying this thing. So it could be a relationship, it could be a job. Sometimes the Tower is a loss of a family member. So I'm not sure exactly what this Tower is for each and every one of you, but I can tell you it is something that was built on a false foundation that needs to come crumbling down, so that in its place there could be a better foundation, something more secure. Virgo, you're an earth sign, so you know how beneficial it is to have your feet firmly planted on the ground. So this could be, I definitely feel something financial for some of you, or something in the home environment might be falling apart in January. But just keep in mind, you know, for this card to come up right after what is called the foundation in your reading, it's interesting. So I'm considering these 4 cards. So this could be the unexpected change in something you've been juggling, okay? Something you've been going back and forth on in your mind, something that's been heavy. So this is not always a bad card. In fact, I don't think it's ever a bad card. The Tower is a card that comes up when it absolutely has to. I mean, the universe isn't going to strike something by lightning if there isn't good reason. And this could just, you know, be how you guys feel in January in response to certain shock, or, you know, things feeling a bit shaky. But we have this card here, and it's touching the Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. So in this case, yeah, it's a heavy burden that was getting too heavy, that falls down unexpectedly. Okay, this could be an unexpected financial expense in January that caused even more of a burden, but that might be, you know, the cherry on top of the sundae, like, all right, that's it, and it may come crumbling down. I feel like this very much relates to you, Virgo, or another earth sign in your life, or some sort of financial beginning. Okay, so we do have that here, we do have that indeed. And the next card is a very important card for your reading. This is the center of your reading, Virgo. So everything here is kind of centered around this middle card. And we do have the Ace of Cups. And I believe Cancer also got this card in the same position. So some of you guys are dealing with a Cancer. The Ace of Cups is a new beginning emotionally. It's some sort of new emotion that you guys start feeling in January. It could be a new love. This is very much a new love card. This could be healing. The Ace of Cups to me is a card that comes out for people who have spent kind of a long time withholding certain emotion. And I can see here, while all this is going on, especially with the Five of Cups down here, this could be the regret, you know, of not sharing certain emotion, or of not connecting emotionally with certain people. So, you know, that following the Ace of Cups, everything is centered around some sort of new beginning emotionally, something that would really make you happy. Okay, it'd be kind of like an explosion emotionally. So this could be a love offer that you're offering, or that someone's offering you, Virgo. But we do have new love coming in January, that is, everything is centered around it. Okay, so this is all happening because of emotion, and because of love, and because of something that just needs to be new. And we have that right after the Tower. So for some of you, there might be a relationship that needs to fall apart, and it's probably a relationship that has felt shaky for a very long time. It has felt like it's a false foundation for a really long time. And this could be the same relationship, but there needs to be new emotion explored. Some of you guys, it will be you leaving a certain marriage or a certain place. It's something that falls down, and this is a great card to have after the Tower. You always want to look at what comes before the Tower and what comes after the Tower. So in this case, there's something regretful falling apart. You know, something fell apart. You may regret it. You may feel like you lost this thing, but there's new emotion, better emotion coming right after that. Okay, better love, better feelings, you know, healing. This could be a child, the birth of a new child, or pregnancy for some of you. It could be anything, Virgo, but all I know is the Ace of Cups is definitely new feelings that come in. It's some kind of new beginning that initiates an emotional response that you probably haven't felt in a while, Virgo. So this is at the center of your reading, and again, Cancer did have this in the middle as well. So I don't know if there's a new love that's falling apart. To me, the Tower and the Ace of Cups could even be an indication of someone falling apart at an emotional level. Okay, this could be someone who comes in to aid you and help you emotionally as something feels very, very at the bottom. Like this is like a rock bottom kind of energy, okay? We do have the Ace of Cups touching the Two of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. So this could even be a heavy burden emotionally. I do see with these three cards here that there's just something that needs to fall and drop because it's getting kind of heavy there, okay? And even water can be heavy, even emotions can be heavy. This could be a mental heaviness, but it's very much linked to a burden. And maybe this new love comes in regards to that to kind of help heal and stuff. But there's also some juggling. So some of you guys could be juggling two different feelings or maybe there's two new love interests, you know what I mean, or two children, but there's some juggling here. I think you feel two different ways, or you feel kind of in the middle of something or at a crossroads. There could be a decision that you need to make in regards to love or emotion. But I feel like you're gonna lean more towards a certain thing, Virgo, because of all the heaviness that is happening here, okay? Let's see here. You know, I feel like this is about how you feel and logic, which I feel like Virgo comes to crossroads like that a lot, because you may feel one way, and on the other hand here, there's logic and stability and finances and what you have to do versus what you want to do or what you feel you should do. So that's what this row here is kind of speaking to me, but it does look quite heavy and quite stressful. The next card we have is the Moon card, and I believe the Ace of Cups and the Moon card actually came out together in this reading. So this is quite special. Some of you guys have a new love offer that is in relation to a Pisces. Some of you may have Pisces children, but I definitely see a Pisces new love. But again, Cancer got the Ace of Cups in their reading in the same position. So some of you guys, the Moon could represent Cancer because Cancer is ruled by the Moon. Also, the Moon speaks to the actual moon. So we want to look to the new moon in Aquarius in February. We want to look to the new moon in Capricorn that happened this year. This month. So January 5th and January 21st could be love days for you. You know, there could be some kind of new emotion that comes in or some kind of new beginning emotionally around the time of that full moon in Leo. You know, that is going to be in your 12th house, Virgo. So this could be subconscious emotion. But for others of you, this could even be a secret new love, feelings that you're hiding, because the moon is talking about things that are hidden, nighttime energies, following your intuition about this new love. And the Pisces card here, the Moon card, is actually very beautiful. She's touching base with her reflection. So you guys could even be reflecting. Virgos are very huge on reflection. So you could be reflecting emotionally or reflecting on your feelings for a certain person, place, or thing. So I loved these cards. It's like, you know, things could even come falling down emotionally around the time of the eclipse. A lot of us are going to be feeling shaky emotionally because eclipses are just, you know, very, very intense on the human body. So don't be surprised if around January 21st, if there's, you know, some emotion that you're feeling in that 12th house energy. But we do have Pisces. Pisces is your opposite sign, Virgo. So this could also be any person because Pisces represents the 7th house for Virgo, which is relationships. So technically this could be any relationship that you're in. And it looks like a new relationship that could be a soulmate. We have the moon, which is our soul. So this could definitely be love at a soul level. It could be a child. And, you know, that Capricorn energy is that soulmate house. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was even certain soulmate energy coming up for Virgo in January. Now, the Moon card is touching the Two of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. So there could even be something Pisces related, Cancer related that has to do with this decision, that has to do with this financial crossroads. There could be a financial decision that presents itself to you, Virgo, around the 21st of that full moon and eclipse in Leo. And if so, it looks like that one of these paths are hidden, and because of that you don't want to regret. You know, there's something here about regret with Virgo. And could it be that when you're presented with a decision, and you know what I'm trying to say is that you might need to see if you can't see something clearly, if you don't have the logic, sometimes you kind of, you're not really sure if you should choose that path. But in this case, you don't want regret to be hidden. You don't want to choose this path. But if you choose the other path, it may be choosing emotional burden. So there could be a new path coming up in January, and it might be one that you're really unsure of, Virgo. But as far as the cards, it looks like this may be an opportunity to revive something emotionally. It may not have worked out in the past. Maybe this involves a Pisces or a Cancer, because this does involve love for some of you, and it does involve finances for others of you, and it could involve both for others of you. But I do see someone here that has a decision between new love and an old past love, where things were hidden emotionally, and this might be a relationship with a Pisces that ended that someone regrets, or a relationship with a Cancer, or this could be any person that is now hidden. Maybe you can't see them because the moon is kind of hiding this. It's a fear. So there is a path here that you're afraid to take, Virgo, but that might be the path that you're drawn to the most, and if so, there's a very significant reason. So okay, you may have a choice between repeating something and evolving, or staying comfortable because you're good at something, or growing because you're trying something that you haven't tried in a while. So there could be emotional regret here with the moon, or fear, or some sort of illusion emotionally, some kind of depression here. So I'm getting a few things, especially with this Two of Cups. I do feel like some of you have a decision to make in January about love and about finances, okay? However that may manifest for you guys. So let's continue up this mountain here. The next card we have is the Eight of Wands. So this is air travel. Some of you guys may be traveling by plane or by car, just any kind of traveling in January. This could be a message that comes in towards the end of January after that full moon in Leo. I do feel like the full moon in Leo is going to bring some sort of news in for you guys. And again, it's either financial or love related or both, because I'm seeing both here. So yeah, there is some sort of message that comes in, and it's pretty quick. Maybe it changes things pretty quickly. This is the card for communication. It could be, international communication, or a letter that comes in the mail, but it's some kind of form of communication here. And it's touching the Tower card and the Ace of Cups. So this could be you communicating something, Virgo, or someone communicating something with you, but you get some sort of message towards the end of January. And that may be what's linked to things falling apart financially. This could be hearing back about a job, and it doesn't pay as much as you want, or maybe that position isn't available anymore, or maybe this is about a new job, and therefore something new to come in, something old that was a burden has to fall apart, and that may be what ultimately helps you make this decision. For others of you, this is love related. There was new love that fell apart, or something that fell apart, and new love. And this could be a message of love, especially because it's on the Ace of Cups. So this could be you offering someone new love. This could be finding out someone is pregnant in the situation, and yeah, that could definitely cause things to crumble down, especially if you're with someone who's pregnant, or there could have been a third party and now that person's pregnant. So yeah, there may be a message here regarding love that temporarily makes things feel a bit shaky, okay, especially emotionally. The next card we have is the Emperor. Aries energy showing up for you, Virgo. We do have an Aries here, male or female. This is a father figure, okay? So someone's father, either your father or your children's father. There's just some kind of authority figure here. It could be a grandfather or someone who's kind of father-like. And if it's not that, Virgo, this is your boss energy coming up. Either you as a boss or your boss that you have. But we have authority here. Okay, so with these two cards here, there is definitely some sort of message, and I feel like this is a message of authority, okay? Because when I hold the cards like this, it looks as if there's some kind of order being given. If you can see that Emperor there, he's kind of pointing down at that lady. So this could be you being told to say something, or this could be a communication from your boss. And if so, this is, I don't know if this is about someone traveling, or it might be futuristic, okay? But there's something that some of you are going to hear back about being a boss, okay? And I don't know if it's for the positive or for the negative here. But yeah, for some of you guys, this is you stepping up as a boss or something. There is a potential Aries new love here. I do see someone here with an Aries moon. So if you know anyone with an Aries moon, that is coming up very significantly. There could definitely be an Aries child here for some of you. And Pisces child, if I haven't already said that. But this looks like authority and control. I don't know if this is a controlling message or some sort of order that you receive, Virgo. Just looking at this card, it doesn't really look like that woman is too happy to hear this news. So if you guys receive some news about some sort of boss, it could, if you are a boss, Virgo, this could be you having to give news to someone else, you know, that they're fired, and this might send something crashing down financially. So, you know, your reading is kind of interesting, Virgo. This is also about having authority over your emotions and communicating that as well. I do see a message there. And again, with the moon in Leo, okay, there could be some kind of fear here of authority or some kind of moon-related authority. That Leo moon may bring in a message from your boss. And for some of you, it's just going to cause things to be a bit shaky. Okay, momentarily, but you know, it's interesting. I can't determine or decipher between whether this is good or bad. And I don't usually say that anything is good or bad. But as far as the vibe here, and I think it's because you guys are a little bit, have mixed emotions about it. Because it's like good in some ways, but bad. So you win some, you lose some. So there's going to be something in January where you have to take the good with the bad. And that's exactly what this card is. It's interesting that this could be one of your obstacles and also something about your foundation. So this is about, you know, balancing what you've lost and what you still have to gain by dropping certain things that you no longer want to carry. So certain expenses, you know, certain people, certain places, certain things. I see part of being the Queen of Pentacles is really stepping up. This is another boss lady energy, okay? So, you know, even if things could potentially fall down, it is about emotional balance. And your emotional health is coming up here. This Leo moon is really going to bring in some sort of message of authority. Okay, I don't know what that could mean for all of you guys, but I literally, this could be something that an Aries says to you guys, or something that your father says to you. So very interesting, Virgo. And so now we have made it to the top of your mountain, and at the this is a very special card. So this is symbolic for what's at the top of your mountain. And we do have the Knight of Wands. And while I was shuffling for your reading, Virgo, off camera, this Knight of Wands, it kept making itself known to me. So when this card came out at the top of your mountain, I wasn't surprised. For some of you, we have a significant Sagittarius energy here. This is my Sagittarius card. It could also be Leo or Aries energy, especially because Aries has shown up here for you guys. But the Knight of Wands is about a message. So there is there's two indications of a very passionate message here. We have the Eight of Wands and we have the Knight of Wands. So this looks like something that's coming in very quickly towards the end of January for you guys. It could definitely be about work or about management or authority. It could be about a boss. This could be jury duty for some of you guys. But it has to do with your empire that you've built. It has to do with your home and how you can move forward after you've reached the top of this mountain. Okay, the Knight of Wands. So you're going to be kind of passionate. This could be that Leo energy and the full moon. But the Knight of Wands moves towards what he feels passionately. He moves towards creativity in his vision. So that Capricorn energy really did fill Virgo with certain passionate ideas. The fifth house is all about that, you know, moving towards what causes the most pleasure or what would make you the most happiest or expressive or passionate. So this is about you moving towards your passion. And the Knight of Wands is a pretty fast moving energy. So by the time you know, kind of overcome all of these obstacles in January, Virgo, you're going to be ready to charge forward to something that you know would add passion to your life, okay? And pretty quickly, okay? We have two energies here that speak about moving quickly according to passion. So whatever this message is that comes in by the end of January, it's gonna cause things to move pretty quickly here. So that's at the top of your mountain there. I feel like as soon as you reach this, and that's exactly what was going on here. It's like as soon as you reach the top of a mountain, it's time to start logically analyzing the next mountain. So mountain after mountain, Virgo, is what I'm feeling for you. And that's why things can get kind of heavy. Things can feel like they're falling apart. You're always juggling and, You know, there's all kinds of emotion here as well, and even fears and darkness, and on top of that, there's certain authority that you have to maintain, and messages coming in of love, and messages coming in about things that may be a bit unexpected. This looks like an unexpected message. This is not always a bad unexpected message. It could be an unexpected message that kind of shocks you. You didn't really expect it, Virgo, because it comes in so quickly here with this energy. And I think this is just something else falling apart in January that was too much of a burden financially anyway. And there's this newness that comes in with this moon. Like, this is a cycle that has completed. Especially those of you who can relate to the boss energy. And I'm happy to see you moving forward rather quickly in regards to expressing some sort of message. Again, this could be you or someone else, Virgo. Now, the bottom of your deck is the Nine of Swords. So, of course, there's an underlying energy here of mental anxiety. I mean, I would have mental anxiety if I was dealing with the Ten of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, the Tower. I mean, but Virgo, I have to say that you're handling this like a boss. And that's exactly what this is like you are handling this so well. And I'm just kind of, I'm admiring that energy, how stable your energy seems. You know what I mean? I know underneath there's a lot of anxiety. There is a lot of stress and regret and loss and fear, you know, but you are staying grounded. You're staying in charge. You know what I mean? You're calling the shots. You're doing whatever you got. You guys are all in charge of different things, but I should have known that was the reason why the Queen of Pentacles came out. So it's like an honorable energy, honestly. So for those of you who need to hear that someone is proud of you for all that you've accomplished, and like never, even during the Tower moments, like you don't ever quit, Virgo. You know, you always get back up again, even when it comes to these burdens. You know, every Virgo that I know is responsible for so many people financially, and they're usually the backbone at work. You guys are very hard workers. And this is going to come in even more with that 6th house energy of Aquarius. So I want you guys to know that when the sun enters Aquarius, your lifestyle and the services you offer other people, the job you have, and even your health is going to come into consideration to the universe. So the universe is going to, you know, be changing the ways that Virgo lives and the ways that Virgo gives their services to other people. It's going to be there's going to be things that change in your job. And a wonderful time to set intention for that would be the Aquarius new moon at the beginning of February. So it's interesting that you'll be going through 6th house energy. That's when you change the most, Virgo, because you are the 6th house. So of course we have some anxiety. You know, we have people watching this video who have had nightmares or who haven't been having a great time sleeping. Maybe not even sleeping enough, but this is a bed of thoughts, and it is anxiety. This is what's transforming in Aquarius season for you guys, quite literally. This is going to be death. This is death, okay? Anxiety that needs to die. Worries that need to die. You know, things that keep you up. All the thoughts that you have before being able to fall asleep, Virgo. That's what's transforming. There's a lot of sudden endings and beginnings, and it could be with a Scorpio. This anxiety could be Scorpio related for some of you. And if not, this is just saying that this is what is going to end. Or there could be sudden endings and beginnings in January that do give Virgo anxiety, or vice versa, okay? So there's definitely some kind of transformation mentally. And again, we have the Star card, which is showing up. So we have Aquarius and Scorpio here. And I feel like that's because Aquarius season is going to change everything for Virgo, okay? These are two fixed energies. So there could be some anxiety around, excuse me, stability. And we have the Lovers. Some of you guys have a lot of love options. Some of you guys have this twin flame, Gemini energy here. This could be a soulmate, but this is a very beautiful connection. And some of you guys have your options about that. But it's all about manifestation and communicating in a better way. No longer some of you guys are just no longer arguing. And I think that's because there's been a lot of healing. This is healing transformation. Okay, I love this energy. And Aquarius definitely showed up to say that some of your anxieties, that's when these endings, Aquarius is going to really end and begin certain things for you guys in regards to whatever person, place, or thing is the main source of your anxiety, okay? So I don't know if that's a Scorpio and Aquarius anxiety. That could be as well. But to me, the general message there, and it could just be love anxiety as well. You have anxiety about your relationship. Maybe some of you guys are at a distance from each other or something. So lots of stuff going on. Lots of stuff going on. I mean, you are the opposite sign of Pisces, Virgo, so it doesn't surprise me. So before I go, I have one extra card for everyone this month. This is my Iris Oracle deck. So I'm going to be reading from the book. And the card that we have for you, Virgo, is Cast Your Sacred Symbols. Cast Your Sacred Symbols. So this is my card that comes out for people that need to figure out some sort of magical symbol that protects them. Okay, so protection and symbols are very, very important, Virgo. Maybe if you guys just write the Virgo symbol, okay, that could be very helpful. So we have the 63 here. Let's read about what this sacred symbols is about. So it says, oh, wrong page. 63. Cast your sacred symbols. Time to make your mark, sugar. What you do brings power to others, so put it there. What you make and release has a whole other life once it reaches the hand of others. Those hands will go on to cast their own sacred symbols as well, and the influence of your work may have just the tiniest chain reaction to their work. Confidence in what you do brings power to us all. So Virgo, I feel like this Emperor is about having confidence to say something, because it brings power to us all, Virgo. So this is really about you standing in your power, and I really liked the Cast Your Sacred Symbols because it brought up your work. So that's why I believe that card came out for you guys, because the work that you do, let's see, it says the work that you do influences the work of others, okay, like a chain reaction of work. So very, very interesting. We also have Rainbow Bridge down here. Okay, and there's anything deceitful in your life, Virgo, that is contributing to anxiety, that is definitely going to be removed, because we have death of the deceitful. Okay, so if there's any deception, there's going to be a death to that. And look, we have my Virgo card. This is my Virgo card already. Okay, you guys are all about beautiful hair, and you guys are the service. This is that service energy. Okay, so it's definitely about love and currency and things like that. So very nice, Virgo. Very nice energy here. So thank you guys so much for listening. If you guys resonated with this and you'd like a personal reading, please email me. You can find my email description below. It's interesting. I love that little orb. But yeah, you guys can email me if you have any questions or comments. And if I don't hear from you on the Leo moon, then I will talk to you guys in February. Bye.